Hi, everyone, and welcome to Hillside Park. My name is Mark Kuzma. I'm with the Abington Lions Club. We're over there kind of selling some food. And I'd just like to introduce everything tonight. I'm your MC for this evening. First of all, I'd like to thank Overlook Estate Foundation for their contribution that allows this summer-long series Next to the Lake to take place. They are dedicated to the preservation and natural world cultural events in the community, and they advocate for the preservation of our heritage. I'd also like to thank the concert staff, Jaffe Creative Photography, Magden Music Sound and Band Manager, Ambient Declarations Photography, and Amber Rebecca Photography. And now I'd like to introduce tonight's band. Reverend Bill Carter has been the pastor of First Presbyterian Church in Clark Summit since December of 1990. He's well known as a jazz musician, having toured and recorded with his Presbebop Quartet since 1993. His band makes frequent appearances at the church as well as the Scranton Jazz Festival, and he resides with his family in South Abington Township. Reverend Mark Terwilliger has been the pastor of Countryside Community Church in Newton Township since July of 2014. He is a graduate of Ithaca College School of Music and Boston University. Before his work as a pastor, Mark taught music in Columbia. He's also worked for the Global Praise Program, publishing and recording music from around the world. And with that, I give you the Holy Smokes Quartet.
evening and welcome to an evening of music. Beautiful setting here. That was a tune by the band The Yellow Jackets, and that was called Revelation. Kind of reminds you that a couple of us go to church on a regular basis. So we're glad you're here. We have a set, and actually two sets of music that we have never played before in public, at least together. And it is all designed for fun by the lake. And this next tune is called Affirmation by Jose Feliciano. Thank you. Affirmation. So let me tell you who's playing tonight. On the flute and an array of saxophones from Binghamton, New York, Mr. Michael Carbone. Back here on the bass, the pastor of the Countryside Community United Methodist Church in Newton Township, where I used to live not long ago, Reverend Mark Terwilliger on the bass. There you go. They're all hiding here. That's right. He's going to pass the plate in just a minute. And back there in the shades, the guy who sold me oranges and grapefruit for the Abington Heights Band a few years back, who's learned a lot of things and is a tremendous drummer. From Clark Summit, Mr. Tyler Dempsey. I'd like to continue with a very, very pretty tune by guitarist Pat Metheny. And this is a tune that he grew up in the Midwest, and he kept seeing this sign around, and he thought maybe it was a sign of like how the crops should be in the spring and the summer. He called it Farmer's Trust. He later found out it was the name of a bank. But it's a pretty tune all the same, Farmer's Trust. Thank you. Farmers Trust. Every jazz band has to play the blues, and here is one with kind of a backbeat from Jeff Lorber, the Seattle pianist. This is called Tune 88. you. We're going to continue with a tune that I think speaks of longevity. If you live in a town for 25 years like I have, you know what the title of this is all about. This is called Here to Stay. Pat Metheny and Lyle Mays, Here to Stay.
Bill Carter, ladies and gentlemen, Bill Carter. Wow, you are such a great audience. It's so wonderful to come down here from New York State, where I just played a concert last night, and albeit the attendance was great and the applause were nice, this is nicer. So thank you. Give yourself a round of applause. And a little shameless promotion here, but on the break and also after the event tonight, Bill Carter will have CDs available if you want to take some of the music home.
It's less complicated than taking a musician home.
Yes, it is, because we eat a lot.
This is a Freddie Hubbard tune. Freddie Hubbard was one of the great jazz trumpeters, and I'm going to feature Mike on Little Sunflower. Little Sunflower. Thank you. Michael Carbone there on the soprano saxophone. So it was about 5 years ago that Mark Terwilliger called and said, let's do a concert in downtown Honesdale, right on the square. And we threw something together and enjoyed it so much. When I found out that he was moving to the Abingtons as the pastor of the Countryside Church, I said, we got to do some more. So this is the beginning of something. We don't know what it is yet, but we gave him our Jazz Belongs in Church t-shirt, and we know that Methodists can swing. The Presbyterians still defrost once in a while. Let me tell you a little bit about the band. Mike comes down every Christmas Eve and plays at the Presbyterian Church at 11 o'clock. We do a jazz communion service at 11 o'clock at night. It goes about an hour and 40 minutes, and nobody moves because everything's shaking. And if you can imagine, Joy to the World is a salsa tune. That's what he does best. He has a number of groups. His CD is over here as well. It's the Miles Ahead Band up in Binghamton. He's also the director of jazz studies at Binghamton University, which is one of my alma maters. There he is. And Tyler Dempsey has surpassed the inestimable Marco Marcinko as the percussionist of choice in this community. He is somewhat, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Marco's down there eating pasta at Basil, I think, but we're having some fun up here. We're going to do a tune to end this set. This is a Sonny Rollins tune, and I think we're going to feature Tyler for an extended drum solo. That's his cue. This is the great calypso tune, St. Thomas. St. Thomas. So order something cool to drink and enjoy it. Tyler Dempsey on the drums. Mr. Michael Carbone on the saxophone. Reverend Mark Twig Terwilliger on the bass. I'm Bill Carter, and this is the Holy Smoke Jazz Quartet. We're going to invite up the people who need to make announcements, because this is a good time for them to do that. And it's also a good time to remind you that if you came hungry and the music is not feeding you, the Lions Club will. So step over and support our local Lions Club. Here comes former District Governor Mark Kuzma.
We're live. Okay, so first of all, we'd like to thank the 5 municipalities that own the park. Clark Summit, Clarks Green, Glenburn, South Abington Township, and Waverly. And, you know, they constantly support the park, helping the AAJRB with writing grants and everything else. So a little round for the communities, please. And so tonight we've got a representative from 3 of those communities, and we're going to ask them to kind of come up and give a 1-minute, you know, explanation on a little bit about their community themselves. So we'll start with Keith Williams from Clarks Green.
Hi, everyone. Nice to be here. Let's hear it for the band. They sound great. I want to thank everyone involved tonight with the program, Mark and everyone for the AAJRB for having, not just myself, but the other representatives, my colleagues with the other communities here tonight. These are always great shows. It's always nice to be here. And in terms of Clarks Green, I'm on the council of Clarks Green Borough, and even though we're one of the smallest in the 5 municipalities that make up the Abington Area Joint Recreation Board, we're proud to be a part of this whole initiative in a number of different capacities. First, in terms of the bands here during the summer series, Hillside Park, and also everything around the community that you see before you tonight. The park, in terms of all the fields that have been renovated and made available to the public, and the various soccer leagues and all the different athletic groups and recreational groups within the Abington's community. This is truly a gem of the Abingtons and a true asset for the community. And looking around, it's great to see people of all ages. We're in the somewhat rare position that we've got such a great facility here, and I think the Recreation Board deserves a lot of credit. There are a lot of unsung heroes. As you know, everybody in the Recreation Board is a volunteer, volunteering time, their own personal resources, and a lot of times getting their own families and colleagues involved. It's been great watching this evolve over the years and see how it's a true community funded and community sponsored organization, and how it's a family affair, and each generation of people coming up through the ranks getting involved in one way or another to make the concerts and the park as a success. So in representing my colleagues, the other 6 council people on Clarks Green Borough, and the residents of Clarks Green Borough, I want to express my appreciation for inviting all of us here tonight, the 3 of us, the communities involved. And Clarks Green is always here to support the rec board, and thank you. And again, great show.
Thank you. And next, I'd like to invite up Dave Jenkins from Clark Summit to tell us a little bit about the summit here.
Again, thank you very much. I echo the same words that Keith had to say. It's great to see so many residents here whether you be from the local communities or surrounding areas. It's really great. The weather has held off thus far. I can't really add too much more to what Keith said. He pretty much lined everything up there as far as the accolades go. So again, thank you very much. On behalf of the Clark-Somer Borough and the residents, we'd like to welcome you again and thank you all for coming out. And we certainly hope the weather stays the way it has been and makes the concerts very enjoyable for everybody. Thank you.
And finally, we'd like to invite Christine Capozzi from Waverly to come up and speak.
Thank goodness Keith went first. That's all I can say. Thank you. My name is Christine Capozzi, and I'm from Waverly Township. I'm the township manager at Waverly. And again, we're very happy that the township and the supervisors and the residents to be part of this rec board. I think this is a beautiful park, and what a wonderful evening of music. We couldn't ask for a better night. So again, thank you for coming, and we're very proud to be a part of this. So thank you.
If you're just joining us, this is the Holy Smoke Jazz Quartet with Reverend Mark Terwilliger on the bass, Reverend Tyler Dempsey on the drums, and the Apostle of Swing, Mr. Michael Carbone on the saxophone. So, are you having a good time? You know, there's this scene in the very first Muppet movie, and Kermit and Fozzie Bear have gone off the road and slept for the night. And when they wake up, there's this band kind of playing. And they walk in and they're astonished. And Kermit says to Fozzie, "I don't know. They don't look like Presbyterians to me." I don't know. Maybe the Methodists are louder. I think so. Just listen to them. So this is a very sweet tune from the guitarist Pat Metheny, a very storied musician. And this is one of his very first compositions when he was living in Boston. This is called April Joy. And it's about when everything comes alive in April. Thank you. So, what are they doing up there in that bandstand? Let me explain a little bit what we're doing. Throughout the jazz tradition, there are songs that are put together and they're structured with a melody and there's some harmony that goes with it. And mostly out of necessity from old dance gigs that we've played over the years and others have played over the years, you need to kind of do more than play the melody, which takes about 57 seconds. So you begin to improvise, which is called faking it till you make it. And as my wife, who is seated back there, would say, why does everybody get a turn? And the answer is because this is democratic music. Everybody gets a turn. Everybody gets to express themselves, and everybody has to work together. That's the key. That's the key. This next tune is written by the bass player Marcus Miller, who was dating a woman from Madagascar, and her name was Maputo. Maputo, which is the title of the song. And she was just gorgeous. She was beautiful. And everywhere they would go, everybody would turn and look at the woman who's with Marcus, and who is this beautiful woman? And she was kind of mysterious. And he said, Maputo, do you have a picture of your family? And she said, certainly. So she reaches into her purse, pulls out her wallet, pulls out the equivalent of a $1,000 bill, and there is her father, the king. Which is a way of saying when you hit it well, you really hit it well. This is a pretty tune, Maputo. Maputo. Thank you. That was Morning Dance by the band Spyro Gyra, who you can hear in just about a month at the Scranton Jazz Festival. They are the headlining act. So in 1993, our organist at the Presbyterian Church let me know that she could not be there for a Sunday, and we needed a sub, and it was a holiday weekend. I figured no big problem. And I went to look for a substitute, could not find one, and in a weak moment, she looked at me and she said, "Would you play the hymns?" And I said, "Sure, Maud Thomas, I would be glad to play the hymns." She said, "Are you going to jazz them up?" And I said, "Well, that could happen." And we did our first of what now has been, I think, 23 annual jazz services on Labor Day weekend at the First Presbyterian Church. This September 6th, we're going to be doing the first ever jazz mass, which was recorded 50 years ago this summer. It was written by a guy named Vince Giraldi, who a few months after he did this at Grace Cathedral in San Francisco, he came up with some other tunes. One of them goes like this. That guy. So if you're free on Labor Day weekend and can't imagine jazz and Gregorian chant, and Susan Kelly will be the guest cantor coming back from Nashville, of all places, with the Presby Bop Jazz Quartet. That's that. Now that's all to set up this next tune, which is when I got into jazz and worship services, we needed to figure out what to do for the offertory, which was... when the music goes on and the plates get passed, I wanted to write something that swung so hard that the wallet just fell out of your pants. And so here it is. This is the tune of mine called Pass the Plate. Thank you. That one is for Fred and Shar, who wanted to hear something that swung like a big band. We're going to slow it down. One of the things about jazz musicians is if you want to play, you probably have to travel. And the noted saxophonist Phil Woods from Delaware Water Gap says, jazz is the only kind of music where you can drive 300 miles for $35 and go home with less money in your pocket. But you do it because of the music. And this is a tune called Travels. Travels. I was describing to my mother, who is a painter, what this kind of jazz is like. I said, it's like going to the Museum of Modern Art in New York, where you go and they've got these blotches of color on a canvas, and you wonder what that is, but it begins to work on you. And so what some of this jazz is, it's kind of a abstract expression of what's going on among the musicians as a way of narrating your night. So I think we need another drum solo. What do you think? And fortunately, we have the foremost drummer of Lackawanna County with us, Mr. Tyler Dempsey. And this is a tune that Dizzy Gillespie put together with some friends, and it's called Manteca. And Mark, what does it mean? It means lard, L-A-R-D. Manteca, that's what this is. Tyler Dempsey back there on the drums. Stand up, Tyler. No, really, stand up. Thank you. Manteca. We'd like to thank you for coming out tonight to Hillside Park. We're going to close up this evening with another tune, which is actually from a brand new CD my other band did called Jazz for the Earth. This is kind of an imagination of when all of creation comes alive, and this is called Dance 24. Carbone on the saxophone. Her Mark Terwilliger on the bass. Mr. TD Touchdown Tyler Dempsey.
And Mr. Bill Carter on the piano, ladies and gentlemen, the Reverend.
The Holy Smoke Jazz Quartet. Thanks so much for coming to Hillside Park.
Thanks, everybody. Before you run out the door, just a couple points. Next week, we have Common Threads Band and Sassafras, so come on out and see them. And we also, in case you didn't notice, at the entrance, we have a donation box for the Dalton Food Pantry. We encourage you to bring a canned food. And we also have canoeing, and donations for the park are always welcome. So thanks, everybody, for coming out. And thanks again for the Holy Smokes Quartet. Take care.